Welcome to presser of match number 16 of the CAF Under-17 qualifiers for the COSAFA region. The game between Eswatini and Zambia. Please allow me to welcome the Eswatini coach. Coach,
thank you.
Welcome to the presser. Coach, maybe not an ideal result or an ideal way of ending the tournament, but what's your overall view of your boys' performance throughout this tournament?
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I think for starters, the boys did well. We started badly, where we played Zimbabwe, and we received 5-1, and it just demoralized the boys, being young boys. Their mentality is still weak, so we started badly. But we tried to lift their spirit up in our second game, which was a game we expected to win. Our planning was to get 3 points from that game. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So that is becoming too loose. And once we have 2 losses, it becomes a very big hurdle in front of the boys. But football being football, we end up with one of the big teams or big countries, that is Zambia, where they were favorites. And Zambia have won 8-0 their first game. They won 5-1. You can imagine in the minds of the boys, what is it? Some of the boys were afraid to come to the match, but we tried to motivate them that this is a game of football. They are still learning what is happening in international football. Then we planned for the game where we said we shouldn't let Zambia take terms, especially in our last third, which is the defensive zone. They should have it tough to penetrate us or to see our goalkeeper. Fortunately, the boys did well. In as much that we didn't get a win, but the boys played well. The fatigue that because we are playing and rest a day, not even resting because we have to prepare for the next match. I think also the fatigue took its toll with the boys. But even our game plan was not to allow Zambia to score more goals. So we had prepared that we are going to defend deep, not allowing to have the spaces to penetrate us. So it worked well. But we also got some few chances, in as much as there were half chances, but we could have buried them. This last chance the boy received, that just by the D-line, if he has a good composure, it was supposed to be a goal. But because of fatigue, young boys, you can understand that fatigue has taken its toll. I think being here, they've learned 1 or 2. It's just a matter of going back and make good preparations. And maybe even playing teams like Zambia, because those are top teams. So playing teams in our practice matches like Zambia will give them a good idea what is happening in the game, in the international game. Because playing these other countries which were almost the same level doesn't profit anything for us. So playing bigger teams is going to give us a good lesson. So we'll go back home, re-strategize, and see what we can do going forward. Thank you. The boys, they can defend well. If given a chance, they can defend well. It's just a matter of going back with our physical conditioning. It's a little bit scrappy. So we'll go back and see what to do. How can we condition them well, have enough time in preparation for tournaments like this. Then we'll see what will happen going forward. Yeah.
No, thanks, colleagues. Coach,
thank you.
Tough luck today, and we wish you and your boys best of luck in your future endeavors.
Okay, thank you so much,
Thanks
sir.
a lot, Coach.
Yeah.
Thank you. Colleagues, please allow me to welcome the winning coach, the Zambia coach. Coach, thanks for coming through. Thanks for blessing us with your presence.
Thank you.
Another positive result from your boys. Were you satisfied with your boys' performance, or maybe you would have wanted to see more?
Well, I think for us, we took this game as it comes. Looking at our preparations, we wanted also the other guys to play this match. Yeah, we had made changes from the previous game, which we wanted even to see other guys, their fitness level. I think it's good that they have finished the game because this tournament, I think you need too much recovery because there is no recovery, so we had to rest some. No, I think for me, a win is a win. It doesn't matter how many goals you score. At the end of the day, we're going to get the 3 points, which is very important, I think, for us. Because even some of the players, I think, they are starting for the first time in international games. So for us, I think it was very good for the boys, I think, even to score a goal, to come out victorious. I think for me, I'm happy for them because I think some, they just graduated their secondary schools. So for us, which is good, we've got a future, I think.
Can you assume that...
Obvious case, we are champions and we have to defend it. Any country, any team, I think they're afraid of us. That's why even us, I think we just have to plan well as we are going into the semi-finals. Now, I think for us, we looked at the recovery of players, looking at the positions where we are. I think we were topping the group, of which I think we knew that this game, it's the time now to use everyone. At least these guys, they have to recover a bit. Looking at the semi-finals we're playing, I think it's more tougher than the group which we were. And we just have to give them a total rest so that they recover well.